We live in an age where peace has become almost mythical. Everyone wants it, few find it, and even fewer know how to keep it. We chase peace through success, through relationships, through distractions. Yet the more we chase it, the further it drifts away. True peace is not the absence of problems. It is the mastery of the self within them. The illusion of modern peace. Most people think peace means escape, escaping conflict, escaping work, escaping pain, but that is not peace. That is paralysis. The man who hides from the world in search of peace will find only emptiness, because real peace is not found in withdrawal. It's found in awareness. We live in a time where our minds are constantly occupied. We scroll to avoid silence. We talk to avoid thought. We work to avoid ourselves. The result? A generation that confuses distraction with peace and silence with boredom. Ancient philosophers understood something we've forgotten. You cannot be at peace with the world if you are at war with your own mind. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." That's the foundation of true serenity. Not control over circumstances, but control over reaction. The enemy within. The greatest thief of peace is not the world. It's the self. We sabotage our own peace through comparison, through judgment, through attachment. We want to control what people think, what the future holds, what outcomes we receive. And in that desire for control, we destroy the very calm we're seeking. Michel de Montaigne once said, "A man who fears suffering already suffers from what he fears," and he was right. Most suffering is born not from reality, but from imagination. We torment ourselves with what could happen, what might go wrong, what others might think. But the wise man knows. Peace begins where expectation ends. The moment you stop demanding that life obey your terms, you start living freely. The balance between effort and acceptance. Many people believe peace means passivity, that to be calm is to do nothing. But peace is not laziness. It's balance. There's a quiet strength in those who can act decisively and still remain calm. To do your best, then let go of the result. That is peace. The Stoics called this apatheia, not indifference, but freedom from destructive emotion. It is the state of mind that acts with reason and faith, not with anxiety or desperation. Peace is born in the tension between effort and acceptance. You must plant the seed, but you cannot command the rain. When you learn to act without attachment, to move without clinging, to love without fear, then you are unshakable. The noise of the ego. The ego is the noisiest room in the human mind. It's always demanding. Be seen, be praised, be admired. It craves attention. It fears insignificance. It needs validation to survive. But peace begins where the ego ends. You do not need to prove your worth to anyone, because worth is not something you earn. It's something you realize. The most peaceful souls are not the ones who have everything. They are the ones who have nothing to prove. When you stop competing with others, you begin to live in harmony with yourself. Seneca once wrote, "He who is brave is free, and to be free, you must stop fighting battles that don't matter, especially the invisible war against your own ego." The power of detachment. Attachment is the root of suffering. The desire for things to stay as they are. The need for people to act as we wish. The illusion that we control life. Peace is found in detachment, not in coldness, but in clarity. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you care deeply without clinging desperately. When you detach, you stop confusing possession with connection. You stop expecting permanence in a world built on change. Every moment, every person, every breath, temporary, and that's not tragic. It's sacred. To hold something lightly is to honor it fully. The art of inner stillness. You cannot live in peace without mastering stillness. The world teaches you to move faster, to chase more, to never rest. But peace requires the opposite, slowing down. Marcus Aurelius, surrounded by war and chaos, wrote, Nowhere you can go is more peaceful, more free of interruptions than your own soul. Stillness is not escape, it's return. Return to presence, to awareness, to simplicity. It is not about emptying your mind. It is about seeing clearly what is already there. When you learn to sit in silence and simply be, you begin to see how little you actually need to be at peace. The weight of control. Much of human suffering comes from control, trying to bend reality to our will. But peace begins when we stop fighting what is. Acceptance is not weakness, it's wisdom. To accept what you cannot change is to free your energy for what you can. It is not resignation, it's redirection. When the river meets a rock, it doesn't stop, it flows around it. Be like that river, let life flow, and flow with it. You will find peace not when everything aligns with your expectations, but when you align with life itself. The return to simplicity. We complicate life. We create desires, fears, identities that keep us in turmoil. But simplicity is the hidden key to peace. To live simply is not to lack ambition. It is to be free from excess. The less you need, the more peaceful you become. The quietest rooms often belong to those who have stopped chasing applause. The richest minds belong to those who have stopped chasing wealth. Simplicity restores balance. It allows you to see life not as something to conquer, but something to cherish. The peace of purpose. Many people feel restless because they live without direction. They chase pleasure instead of meaning, comfort instead of purpose. But peace is born from alignment, when your actions reflect your values, when your days serve something greater than yourself. Purpose gives suffering meaning, and meaning transforms suffering into peace. Viktor Frankl, a man who survived unimaginable horror, said, "Those who have a why to live can bear almost any how. Your why is the anchor of your peace." The choice of peace. Peace is not found, it is chosen. Every morning you wake up with a choice. To react or to respond, to rush or to breathe, to worry or to trust. Peace is not passive, it's a discipline. It's the strength to remain calm when others panic, to choose understanding over anger, to forgive even when you remember. That is the incredible art of living in peace, a masterpiece painted not with comfort, but with courage. True peace is not a gift from the world. It is a gift you give yourself through awareness, humility, and faith. You cannot control everything, but you can control how you meet it, and that is enough. Be still, breathe, let life be what it is, and you will discover peace was never missing. You were.